1997, 5 litre TVR Chimera 500, 5 litre V8 with a Borg-Warner T5 gearbox. The name Chimera comes from ancient Greek mythology, a beast made up of the parts of other animals. They have a bit of a reputation for reliability, the chimeras. This stems from the manufacturing shortcuts, as they could not build them fast enough to meet the demands. But by now all the bugs have long since been ironed out, and as it's made from Ford, Rover and Vauxhall parts, all well known and easily obtainable, it's actually quite a reliable car. To open the doors, it's a button under the wing mirror, push it, springs open. First thing I do is take the roof off because it's too warm for this. So there's a strut in the back here, which we pull, and a strut on the other side, which we pull. To open the boot, you turn on the ignition, and there's a secret button under here that operates the solenoid for the boot, which then opens up what is a massive boot, huge boot. We then lift the hood off, which fits perfectly in the back, up against the fuel tank. What I then do to protect the perspex is put an old towel in the crease, especially in winter when it gets brittle, it stops it from cracking. Push it down, and there we have the hood down. Right, once we get in the car, the seat can be adjusted forward and backwards like a normal seat. You can also adjust the pedals forward and backwards to get your ideal driving position. We have a lever there to adjust the steering column up and down. This one adjusts the brightness of the display, or what you can do is there's a button under here that actually turns the display off, as if you're on a jet aircraft fighter plane. Next to this button here is a button that overrides the electric fans, so they stay on permanently, which I tend to do on a day like this where it's really hot. If you know you're going to hit some traffic, turn it on first so it doesn't cook up. Lights, fog light, there's a radio which I've never used. 2 dials, the top one is for the heater and the lower one is for the vents. Button there to turn on and adjust the speed of the fans. Clock, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, oil pressure. Speedo goes up to 180 miles an hour. TVR claim this car can do 175 miles an hour and it's got 320 horsepower. I'm not sure it has, but it's stupidly fast. Rev counter, we've got an MIL light there that tells you that it's cold and it's icy, because this car has no traction control, no ABS, no lane assist, no nothing other than your brave pills. But it has got an LSD in the back, which makes it even more difficult, but it's rewarding. Oh, and I've got a horn. Here we have 2 heater vents, and just out of sight, which took me a long time to find, the electric window controls. In the driver's door card, we've got the electric mirror controls and the cigarette lighter, or phone charger as we call them nowadays. We also have 2 cubby boxes which are behind the seats. Put the seat forward, and there we have cleaning cloths. There's also one on the passenger side. It's a handy place for baseball caps and other bits and pieces. The car has remote central locking, lock, unlock, and it also disarms the immobiliser. And there is a second secret immobiliser that I'm not going to tell you about. Bonnet release, which opens the bonnet and shows us the mighty 5 litre V8. Under the bonnet we have power steering pump, expansion tank, power steering reservoir, fuel injection plenum, this beautiful exhaust system that, as you see, comes forward, balances across and then comes out the back. If you look down here, you'll see the ceramic socks that protect the HT leads from the huge heat of the engine. You also notice the purple colour of the rocker covers. That indicates that this is a 5 litre engine. To shut the bonnet, lower it down gently, let it settle, and then just a push and that's locked. The other strange thing about this car is the location of the battery and the ECU at the end of the passenger footwell, underneath that panel where the carpet's hanging down. And just above that you can see what TVR laughingly call the glove box, which is that little pocket with the red rag in it. That's the glove box.